I don't know, but what do you believe? Like
about light and dark, or no? I don't believe in that.
Yeah, and multiple lives.
No, I don't. Not in terms of coming back in an earthly body over and over again. I believe in the universe and um, and not reincarnation. I feel like we have one chance on this earth, and one needs to do one's best to be the best human that they can in our earthly bodies, and then that's it. I do believe in afterlife. I do believe that there is more to it than just the tangible here and now, but not in terms of reincarnation. I feel like that there's more in the beyond, whether that's heaven and hell, or whether that's just, I mean, I've personally had experience with my husband passed away when he was 27, and I very much felt his spirit leave at the exact time that he passed away. He was in surgery, and it was a visceral. I felt it, and in the week between his passing and his he was buried. So between his passing and his funeral and being buried, I had a couple of instances that were very, without a doubt, my husband Robert still there around. So I guess that's my belief.
Wow.
Based on personal experience. Yes.
That's powerful. That's powerful.
Very. So I have told this story once before, but so my sister-in-law, Robert's younger sister by 10 years, and myself and my father and their father were in the waiting room while Robert had a cerebral aneurysm, and so he had to go in for surgery. And it was very traumatic. It was, to me, it was very clear that it was medically would be a medical miracle were he to survive the surgery. It was classed as a giant aneurysm, which is a medical term for, that he shouldn't have still been alive. So we were sitting in the waiting room, sort of awfully nervous and filled with trepidation and just dread. And I was sitting next to Kate, and we were sitting, and so there was a high window in a hospital waiting room up there, and all of a sudden I felt this sensation, I guess, that came into through my sort of chest to my heart, go all the way down to the pit of my stomach, and then feel it turn and come up and around, almost like butterflies, but a little stronger, and then up and out, and lifted my chin up and out and looked to the window, and I was like. And Catherine, who was only 17 at the time, because Robert and I were 27, she turned to me and she said, "Did you feel that?" And I was like, "What?" And and we looked at each other, and she felt the exact same thing as well. It was at 6:57, and that was the time that they called his death.
Oh my. I just got goosebumps, like for real. I've got goosebumps like all over.
And
wow.
then they sent us away. They said, go and get some dinner. It was PM, 6:57 PM. Go and get something to eat. And nobody wanted to leave. We were just like wringing our hands with what's going on. And Kate and I knew it wasn't good. We went across to where the cafeteria was, and then as we stood there, like, no one was hungry. Goodness me. And then suddenly the pastor, the religious representative, non-denominational, came running across the overhead walk bridge and said, "You have to come back. You have to come back." And we found out, and it was another hour or so before between that, it was about 8 PM where we got the news. But then when you said you had goosebumps, I went back home to our family home, and within a couple of days or nights, I can't remember time, what is it, and trauma, but I was in the bathroom where he had his initial grand mal seizures, which alerted us to the fact that he had this aneurysm, and it was the middle of summer, January in Australia, January, very, very hot. It was very hot, same as it is today now. And I was went into our little bathroom, and and it was the middle of the day, and all of a sudden, and I have blonde but quite hairy arms. All of a sudden, with down here across my arm on a diagonal, I got this shock of my hairs on my arm stood up, and it felt like someone was touching on my arm, and the hairs on my arm stood up, and I brushed them a couple of times, and I wasn't cold. It was extremely hot. Brushed them, and they stood up, and I was just like, hi. So there's definitely
Wow.
something there afterwards.
Yeah.